So I tried to really get away from the aesthetics approach, which is, I don't believe in pure aesthetic contemplation. I think that's a crock. I think it's like a modern crock. And it actually brought about the world of entertainment kind of in a weird way, because it created these spaces for pure aesthetic contemplation, then it created this alienation from the object which is being contemplated. Whereas the traditional view of art is a participatory view of art. Objects are meant to function in the world. So even images, like if you make an image of the king, it's meant to celebrate the king. It's not just a thing to look at, right? If you make even decorating is something which actually functions in the world. Like to say, I think that a decorative painting is higher than a high art object in terms of its actual ontology, because it's actually functioning in the world. I think that square dances are higher versions of what they are aiming towards than the ballet or some modern like show that you go watch people dance on stage. So my vision of art is participatory and teleological all the time. Okay. Which is what grounds everything that I do.
So you would see like the development of the art museum at the time of the Enlightenment as a negative,
as a cemetery. It's a cemeteries for objects, basically. I mean, I go to museums. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with going to the cemetery. It's fine to go to graveyard and to look and to venerate dead things. But I think that to think that that's the highest form of culture is complete nonsense. Like the painting that you give someone for their baptism is a far higher in the scale of truth than a Picasso painting on a wall in some museum in New York.
Sure. Yeah, because it does seem like the rise of the art museum kind of corresponds to the loss of the sacred and ordinary life. So there's a loss of church attendance, and it becomes kind of the new temple in the culture. It becomes the place where the wealthy and the higher class go to find meaning, is through this aesthetic, contemplation in the Kantian sense, right? Enjoying art for its own sake. So I see
that ends. By the way, that ends with porn. Like that actually ends with porn. Like it ends with Netflix. It ends with porn. I mean, obviously, in the 17th century, maybe they didn't see it coming, and we can forgive them for not seeing it coming. But the idea of disembodied, distanced, aesthetic contemplation to bring you pleasure is ultimately leads to porn. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have to say it because that's where we are now. Like we are.
No, it is
drowning in porn, and so we have to be able to kind of understand that if we're going to regain a proper ontology for objects, we have to do it wholesale. We can't just go halfway, or else we're back where we started.